another stove cleaning. I guess I'll have to do that at some point. I started a new Lego project. It's gonna go a lot faster than the Star Trek Enterprise did from Mega Bloks, and everything seems to be fitting together so much better. As a matter of fact, I found that there are specific parts that Lego has that Mega Bloks also uses. So I need to go to the Lego store with a piece that was missing. It's a 4 pie wedges, so it's 4 pie wedges at the bottom of the bridge section on the primary hull, and one of those pie wedges is missing, and it looks like it's a match for the pie wedge that I had for this Lego project. So I was gonna kind of take the top off, take the missing piece, and that's really, I guess it's really weird to say. I'm taking the missing piece to show someone in Lego to see if they can get me a piece of it. No, it's because it's a shared piece. I'm missing one of 4 pieces, and I have the other 3, and I'm gonna take one of those 3 pieces in and try to get it matched. Because I think that might be possible, and it would make everything look a lot better. And I would feel better, because the ultimate goal is to feel better. All right, so coffee families, Columbian coffee. I'm going to do that in our French press today. And we're gonna max it out. 43, I'm all about that. It's a hobby, not precise. It's not precision. I don't need precision, it's a hobby. All right, a little water spritzel. Pointed at the object you're trying to spritz. This never happens. It's okay, we can just cuddle. All right. I'm gonna dial up the fineness just a little bit. And grind. Excellent. 408 grams, just in case you were wondering. That is a Bodum. I didn't think I really... Yeah, I probably did a long time ago, but it's a Bodum. The little metal cage that the glass sits in is not doing well with the glass. There's actually some browning of the outside of the glass because of its contact with wetness and the metal cage, which I thought was weird, but it's okay. So, oh, now we've got 44 grams. This coffee grinder is magic. It's not really. So I'm probably gonna go for about 500 grams. Such a lovely smell. It really is. It really is just a nice coffee aroma. I can't place any notes. I mean, it's pretty, it's a fermented, so you know, there is a little bit of a fermented fruit smell, maybe a little chocolate, kinda. I don't know. It's, for my nose, it's a little all over the place, but you know, what are you gonna do? Another day without any rain. It's been a long, month-long drought. And the grass is showing the signs of that drought. A lot of it's gone brown and dormant. He keeps the flowers watered. He's like, I don't care about the grass. I just want my flowers watered. So he keeps the flowers watered pretty well. So they're not drooping. I mean, we'll water them in the morning, go out and do something and come back at night and they'll already have gone wilty. So, and it's fascinating to watch the transformation. He'll water them at night and then the next morning, nothing will be wavy or wilty. It'll all be straight up and down and look like it never even missed a drink of water. It's pretty crazy how plants work most of the time. And you can tell the people with the irrigation systems of the condo community because I'm sure even though their lawns are green, I'll bet their water bills are a heck of a lot higher than mine, since those have probably got to be watered every day in the morning for, I don't know, how long would the water run with those kind of sprinklers? 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that? I mean, that water bill's got to be absolutely nuts. I know our water bill changed and went up a little bit for whatever reason. It's not like we get reasons as to why bills go higher, even though your usage doesn't. Mainly, it's just, oops, it's really strange because, nothing changes. It's not like our pipes get upgraded. It's not like the water tastes cleaner. It's just, they just raise the rate for whatever reason. I guess Phoenix is a big water drainage area. I mean, we went to Phoenix, and the city it's neat. It is definitely a different world when you go out to a desert area like that, and it just gets weirder and weirder the further west you go, especially when there's like a road that goes from Phoenix into California, but it's in the southern part. It goes past Palm Springs. And you get to a certain point where the desert kind of gives way to something even more strange. I'm going to do about 500 grams of water here. It's like this. It becomes less rock and rock formations and just sand dunes. It's absolutely wild. It all becomes like sand dunes, and white sand dunes. Like if the sun is behind you, blindingly white sand dunes in front of you when you're heading into California. Yeah, but yeah, Phoenix. Matt's uncle lives in Phoenix, and he was a former teacher, married to a wonderful lady, very vehement against using water to water golf courses and wasted in ponds with giant fountains, because fountains basically aerate the water, and that's water that goes away. I mean, some of it lands back down, but a lot of it just gets dispersed in the air because of the heat and total lack of humidity. So she's very against that kind of a thing, and they don't have any grass. Well, a lot of the community they live in doesn't have any grass except in a park area, but mostly it's just brush and whatever plant will handle the direct sun and heat and lack of water. So it's an interesting, different world out there. But yeah, the water usage is kind of mind blowing. You'll drive around and then there'll be like brown, 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 and then suddenly green in a lush community that waters the lawn and has 2 ponds with giant water fountains in the middle of them. Phoenix is pretty cool though. Very hot. They practically live in the middle of the desert. Behind their house is a giant walking trail that goes up the side of a mountain, and you kind of wish there was some kind of light ordinance where everybody's lights would like die out at like a certain point at night, so that because the sky is gorgeous. There's barely a cloud. I think the 3 or 4 nights we stayed in the area there was barely a cloud in the sky, and the stars just shone. Even in the light pollution, the stars shone like crazy. It was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I would mind living there. And I'm kind of at that point in my life where I'm thinking about other places where I wouldn't mind living. I think we all reach that. We all reach that point in our lives where we're like, you know what, I'm fine with where I'm living now, but where else could I live? And Phoenix is one of those places. Phoenix isn't a very beautiful, diverse city. Minneapolis is another one of those cities that when we went to it, I discovered it's like, it wouldn't be awful to live here, except in the wintertime. The winter times are horrible. I follow a couple of people that live in Minnesota, and the snow is just, and the cold, and of course I do miss snow. We don't get as much snow here in Ohio anymore. I remember feet of snow and snow drifts that went up even more feet, and not being able to go to school for an entire week because the plow for the township is either stuck on one of the hillsides or broken down and can't push snow. So, yes, I mean, a week at a time, we would miss school. And, back then, you didn't have to do home bags or lists or access to the internet so that your teacher can email you an assignment. We didn't have that. We just had freedom. We had freedom, and every snow day was a holiday. Except for, it's not like we were hard on our parents, I mean, give us a sled, we'll go down the hillside, we'll go sledding all day, we'll come back dead tired and fall asleep on the couch and then wake up at dinner. I mean, that's it. That's all. Or we would just sit outside on the porch and watch the snowfall. The beauty that is a national forest covered in snow is amazing. And I know that there are so many people out there that hate snow. They hate driving in snow, that hate everything about snow. And it's just, to me, it's weird because you've not lived until you've had a snow day where you can't open your front door, and you're in the middle of nowhere. So it's not like you're in an apartment complex in the middle of downtown. You are in the middle of nowhere. And if there is no fear in an individual in the middle of nowhere that can't open their front door because of the snow, then I don't know what other people are worried about. Now, that's not taking into account social anxiety. That's not taking into account a fear of enclosed spaces. I'm not talking about like rational, actual fears, I'm talking about like TikTok fears. Oops. I guess I should press it down. This carafe can't really handle, the lid is just ridiculous. I need a decent apparatus. I mean, this might have been $15, $20 at Target, It serves its purpose, but it's like, But yes, I don't think we've had a good snowstorm in 15 years. There was a point where I had my old Mitsubishi Sportback Rally Art. It wasn't old. It was brand spanking new. And I was coming home from the hospital, the hospital switchboard, and it had laid a good 8-9 inches of snow already, and the snow was still piling up. By the time I got home, I had pushed so much snow that the skid plate, which was just plastic, had so much snow up underneath it, laying on the skid plate, that it was bowing down, and the snow pulverized, while I was driving, pulverized one of the fender linings, which was also plastic, and filled it with so much snow that it broke in half. And it had already kind of frozen. So, I mean, that was 15, maybe it was 10. I don't know. I keep forgetting when my stint at the switchboard was, because I try to forget about a lot of the interactions that I had on the phone there, if I'm quite honest. But yeah, and it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but I don't think we've had feet of snow in a very long time in this area, at least. I remember we got this wonderful snowblower from Matt's aunt. It was so much fun to use when we ever got enough snow. And even if it was just 3 inches, I would have the snowblower out there. And our cars could do 3 inches to get out of the garage and get down the driveway. It wasn't a steep driveway. It was just a flat driveway. So we didn't have to worry about going uphill or downhill to get out of the driveway. So, but I would be out there with that snowblower, and it had one of those chutes that you could ratchet to position the blower. And it was fun. I love doing that. We don't have that anymore. And I don't remember if he sold it or if it came with the house when we sold it. It must have. We must have given it, just like the tractor. Take the tractor, take the snowblower. Both of them were working great when I left. So, yeah. I just haven't had that much snow. Oh, you know what? I may just not like... I may just not be into French press coffee. You know what? That's really bitter. I think I just need to stick to Chemex and AeroPress and Clever. Maybe I'll just not worry about this unless I'm doing tea. You know? I mean, look at this lid. Anyway, I mean, look at that. I feel like that should have some kind of a grip to it, you know, but it's sitting in there and it's not great. It's not great. But this, I don't know. It tastes incredibly bitter through this method. I don't think I like French press anymore. Or at least the way I'm doing French press. I'm probably doing something wrong, which... that happens. You know, that happens sometimes. Oh, well, that's okay. I mean, it's fine. It's coffee. It's just not the best coffee I've made with these beans. I'll definitely have to start sticking to the Chemex or the Clever. I'm just not really into this. This just seems to... Maybe I should add water. Maybe this is just gets too... I don't want to use the word strong. Strong's a weird word when it comes to coffee. It's just a lot of bitter flavor. Is that over extraction? Is that what that is? Maybe this has been over extracted? That might be the word. Maybe I'm learning things. It's over extracted. Yeah. So that's what I've done. I've over extracted the coffee. Because if it's too weak, then it just tastes like brown water. This is definitely coffee, but it is really strong. And really bitter. And I don't really like the flavor of that. Ooh. Well, you learn some things, and I guess this was the French press week. It's probably the last time you see the French press, because that is a little disappointing. I seem to have moved on from the French press. That's not true. It's just not, this combination of flavors is not for me. No, I don't like that. Bummer. Oh, well, I mean, I'll drink it. I'll finish it. Maybe I'll add a little sugar. I'm out of milk. We haven't bought milk in over a month and a half. We've seemed to have taken milk out of our lives. There are people out there that think raw milk is good for them. That's weird. To me, that's just strange. Why? Why would you even bother? Why would you even bother with such a thing? It blows my mind. There are a lot of weird people out there that are taking the Poe aspect of Devil's Advocate and just taking it to an incredibly weird and stupid extreme. It's just mind-blowing, you know? And now the hill to die on is raw milk. Ugh, that sounds terrible. And then, you know, the people that don't vaccinate their kids and now they're spreading measles around. Ugh, what weird hills to literally die on, you know? And then take people with you. How awful. That's just terrible. People need an enema. Oh well. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. I can bitch about it. I can talk about it. I can go over it in my head and then spit it back out here in front of all of you. But that's about all I can do. And I know that that's not necessarily enough, but it's what I got. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you for watching this week. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll be able to get the Lego thing that I'm doing finished because it's so streamlined and the bags are so well put together. There are 10 bags. I have finished bag 5 already yesterday in the series. So I'm so happy. The hardest part is going to be creating an opening for the episodes that I make. So that'll be fun. And that'll take the longest amount of time and the most amount of thought power. So, but that's fine. Absolutely fine. I need that brain. I need that brain going thing with the done stuff. Thank you for watching. You're all wonderful. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday for another cup of coffee. Oh, the Bones Coffee stuff has shipped. It would be nice if it was here by Monday so we can have our first nice fresh cup of whatever I pick out of that 5-pack first. And I hope you'll be here with me. Talk to you later. Bye.